Good evening, Virgos. My favorite's Virgo Bear. We're doing your reading for this coming up week, and it's going to be a little different. We're going to do the career and finance on top. We're going to do the love reading on the bottom, okay? So far they've worked out really well. Some better than others. Not going to lie. So, Virgo Bears, what cards should we use for you, huh? Guess we're going to start with the Crow cards for your career and finance. We'll get you some spiritual cards in there for the bear side. Virgos, you're very earthly, very grounded. Watch that Mercury retrograde, probably a little rough on you this week. Well, actually this month. From October 31st till November 20th is Mercury retrograde, and then we have 2 weeks after that for the shadow of it. Okay, so be in your truth, stand in your truth, and don't be afraid to go in your shadow side and do some inner child healing. Right? I've shuffled these a zillion times, but I just want to wake them up again. Okay, we're going to get true and precise messages, Spirit, please, for the Virgo Bear, for the career and finance for the next week, please. This one wanted to come out. I'll get it in a minute. I saw it flip. And it's upside down. Okay. We have a flipper on the floor. And the swords. Okay. True and precise messages for the Virgo finance and career. What's going on with the Virgo career? Any promotions, work? There is growth. I like that. Look at that tree. Very cool. Okay, so that's it for those. And I'm going to pull from the Spellcasters for the love deck. On the bottom was a 3-party situation where he is ignoring the 3 parties. And again, I split the deck, and it's a 3-party situation. Remember, this is all probably because of all being illuminated because of the Mercury retrograde. These truths are coming up. These shadow things, these shadow sides, things people thought they could hide, they're all coming to light to be dealt with before the end of the cycle. Spirit, give true precise messages for the Virgo Bear regarding your love life and relationships, please. Love life and relationships. Virgo Bear for the next week. Okay, so if this was down, okay, it would be this one, a tower, five. We need 2 more, please, Spirit, for the Virgo Bear. Okay. You have to always say, Spirit will always give you more than you can ask for, right? So. And he did, I should say. Okay, so we're going to leave down with this, this, and this. Alright? Alright, let's get started. Alright, so Virgo Bear. You're going to start your career on Monday off with lots of pentacles. How beautiful is that, right? It's 8 of pentacles. You are growing your pentacles like you've planted a tree. You're diligently focused on them pentacles and working away, setting them aside, growing them. They're reproducing. There are 3 other people here. While you're working hard to grow, because this is green, right? There are other people just flying around waiting to take your pentacles, right? They're just like hovering, almost like a vulture, I see. They're just waiting to come in, and they're going to pretend they're taking this flower, but they're really looking to snatch up those pentacles of yours. This white behind me, I feel like it's a mountainside with snow on it, with ice dripping down. It used to be a waterfall of emotions, but these are frozen emotions because people are trying to come in and take what you have worked for. And what's going to happen? You're going to have a death in this career, in this financial matter, whether it's the physical or spiritual. This actually, I feel like this is the physical body and this is the spirit. So it's like the rising phoenix. You're going to rise up out of the old and be a new person, have a new perspective, have a new belief. You're rising to the divine to have more growth, like a flower blossoms and comes to its full beauty, and so will you with this phoenix rising. This really is the death card, but it's really the end of an old coming into a new. Okay, it's not a physical, like completely die or it stops. The Nine of Cups in reverse. So normally you would have a lot of choices with Nine of Cups, but you don't. You're not having choices anymore. Those cups have run out. They've run dry. Someone tipped them over and it's spilt. Probably because you've had the death. Something you were so focused over here that you missed. You missed the flight, you missed the trip, you missed something. And spirits come in and tip those options out of the way. You are still focused on the sunshine. The sun is still there. You also have two beautiful sunflowers. And these sunflowers turn to each other. They're almost like twins. They turn their heads on a cloudy day to each other so that they can nurture each other and bloom and grow from the brightness of the other one's light. Okay, true story, by the way. Alright, King of Swords. Sword here is in the truth. Whether this is regarding your work and finance, regarding your life in general, but you are listening to your higher self, your alchemical symbol. You're listening to your higher self, your intuition. Your ancestors are speaking to you, and you are in your truth for growth, to be in your power. Okay, and here we have the Six of Wands. You are being recognized. Communication is coming up from all directions to you, but you are being recognized here. This is like an award symbol, right? It's like you see these stamps on certificates of awards that have these laurels of flowers, and this is you being recognized, being held to a higher standard because because you do work so hard, and you are being recognized for that hard work, that you do go above and beyond the others. Okay, 5 of coins, 5 of flowers, 5 of coins, pentacles, whatever we're calling them today. Somebody's left out in the cold, feeling in the emotions. This water here is all emotions, and with the white here, it looks like some of it's frozen over. These birds are stuck to it, right? Because they are left out in the cold. They don't get to sit up here in the tree in the warmth of the sun. They don't get to enjoy those pentacles shining brightly. Those pentacles are not for them. Thank you, Spirit. Alright, let's get some clarification before we go on to the love reading. Okay. I'm going to use the Aquarian deck for the clarification. Well, that looks like a little rough. I don't see any. This is the only coins, and this is the coins. In both situations, for your pentacles, your financial matters, you're not allowed these. These are not for you. These are for someone else. Even though you're being recognized on a piece of paper, you're not getting a pay raise, okay? Sorry. You're not getting the choice of that new position. Even though you were the one that it was meant for, you were the one that was deserving. You were the one that did work above the rest. but you're in your higher self, so you know that that won't matter because there's something better for you. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Clarifying the Eight of Pentacles for the Virgo bear. Four of Pentacles, focusing on your higher self, on how to build those pentacles. Your heart chakra is open, your heart is in it, you're passionate about the work you do, and you work diligently for those pentacles. You work diligently for balance, for stability. Thank you, Spirit. Clarify the Four. Trying not to let them fall, but they were determined to fall. Okay, let's see what they got. Yeah, death to the situation because it wasn't, you're working too hard. You're working and working and they're going to take it. You see that with the death, and so we have a death here as well. Okay, it's going to be a death to that so that you can have that new beginning. You can start over fresh. We have these two cards that are in reverse. Spirit does say that they are meant to be in reverse. This here is love. Lover, sorry. There's some situation regarding this lover at work that is in reverse. And the Page of Pentacles. Normally this page would make an offer to this lover, but it too is in reverse. So no lover is getting this this offer because of the death in the situation at work that is got you in a turmoil. You feel, who do you trust? They're all taking the pentacles you're working for. Maybe this lover's only trying to get to your pentacles. That is your mindset. Spirit's coming in to give you this death over here to show you to rise above with a new perspective regarding the situation. Let's clarify that death card, shall we? Clarify the death card. Clarify that death card in the career, please. There are two imprecise messages for Virgo regarding that death card. On the career, Five of Cups, everything is flipped except two cups. You see, you feel like you've lost everything, and you're ignoring the cup of love that's right there behind you. The one that was meant for you is being protected behind you. Clarify the Five of Cups and the Death card. Clarify Five of Cups and the Death card. Clarify the Five of Cups and the Death card, Spirit. Okay. That's how I want it. Okay, Spirit's got a lot to say regarding that Death card. I don't know if I should take them all, but Hermit. You need to go into the Hermit mode. Why? Because you need to be shown that these two cups behind you were spiritually, divinely guided. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is this way. It's pointed down. Thank you, Spirit. Ace of Swords pointed down. Somebody's not in their truth. They want to be seen as a flower, as a bloom, as something beautiful, but they're not in their flower. They're not in their. They are in their passion and love, but they're not in their truth. Okay. The Ace of Rods should be communication regarding truth. It wants to bloom. It's an offer coming in, but it causes someone to go Four of Swords, laying down, resting, still not in their truth. They're in the masked energy here and defensive. They've got a sword at their side ready for protection, while these are above them. They are having sleepless nights. The Page of Swords still coming forth. That sword is still down, still no truth, although he's trying to be more truthful, more honest. His mask is off, so he's trying. He's making that movement forward with passion, with his heart. Ace of Cups, he has that Ace of Cups overflowing. His lotus flowers are blooming. The sun is here in the cup. His cup is full of sunshine, calm waters. He wants that cup to be offered. Wheel of Fortune wants to turn forward. There are snakes in the environment that you need to watch for. Currently, the Wheel of Fortune is not able to move, not being in their higher self, not listening to their higher self. They're listening to the gossipers and the people beside them. Do it this way, do it that way, in both ears. He wants to be the Hierophant. The Hierophant is also a court system where there's judgment to be made, even though this isn't the judgment card, it's the Hierophant. He has the key to someone's heart. He's taken an oath to serve. He's been in contract to serve, a contract to be in mission with the High Priestess. The High Priestess knows all, sees all. She knows the truth behind the lies. She knows the truth behind the veil. She has got all the tools she needs, and she does use them well. She blooms the perfect flower with her manifestations. And she has the strength to carry that out. But he has 8 of Cups. He's walking away from these. He's looking for what else is beyond the horizon, because these cups don't fulfill him. Not like the 1 cup that's the divine cup. The Knight of Cups here sees that. He sees that this one person is so beautiful. He has flowers he wants to give to her. And he's bringing that cup of love with his mask open and tuned to his higher self. And it's because of that awakening, that Phoenix rising moment. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, clarify these upside down cups. Clarify the upside down cups. Okay, they jumped. Okay. Ace of Cups. Now what do? 8 of Swords. We're going to be stuck. We're tying ourselves up, blindfolding ourselves. We could just get out because we just tied ourselves there, right? This person has put themselves in this position because of this spilt cups. But they also put themselves in the position to have them taken away. They put themselves in a position that, because of something that was done, said, Spirit took these cups and tipped them upside down, the options. Spirit removed those options as a choice, and now this person is not sure what to do. How did that happen? How did I come to this? I'm losing everything I have. Page of Cups still has a cup here, but what's that? It's a fish. That's nothing. I can't be nurtured with a fish. The sun is here. The sun is going to shine again. While all may look doom and gloom here because of the loss, you're getting the Sun card. Blessings from the Spirit. 10 of Cups. That's right. 10 of Cups with love, rainbows, rewards, abundance to the Emperor. Why? Because you've worked hard. You have lost things. You've risen from like the rising phoenix, and you are now the Emperor. Emperor is also a teacher. 6 of Swords. Going to take those swords in the boat and move forward. Why? Swords, for celebration. You want to celebrate and move forward. King of Swords. Let's clarify the King of Swords. Clarify the King of Swords. I'm going to have to get a new deck pretty soon. Justice is coming in with the Knights of Swords. And the sword is now in the upright, meaning he is coming. Justice is bringing the truth. That's right. With the Knight of Swords, with the sword in the upright, his mask is off. Justice has come in and said, be in your truth, or reap the rewards. reap what comes from that. Okay. Oops. Alright. Being recognized. Let's clarify these wands. 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands. Clarify 6 of Wands, Spirit. Work this recognition. 6 of Wands. Okay, 7 of Pentacles. You're building your pentacles back up. have more alarms going off, or phone calls ringing, text messages going off. 7 of Pentacles, working, building up those pentacles from things lost, right? Queen of Swords, this is the woman that he was going to offer that award to. She's in her truth, setting boundaries with passion, and blooming like the rose, the flower within. King of Pentacles, bringing forth that offer of the Pentacles, but he is being a little bit stubborn with that bull there. He is manifesting everything with the Magician. He has the tools he needs now from the Spirit to manifest those things he needs. And yeah, that. So why does he still, if he's manifesting, why is he losing these coins? What's with the 5? Feeling left out in the cold by the Queen of... Because the Queen of Swords had something to say. She spoke her truth. She set her boundaries, making him feel like he was left out in the cold. In reality, she's just giving him the truth, setting boundaries. This is the way it's going to be. Regarding these stories, these lies, regarding these 3-person situations. Clarify, please. 5 of Pentacles. 2 of Rods, making that choice. Trying to make the divine choice, the one that was meant for him. 6 of Pentacles, because he wants equal balance, he wants equal give and take, and move things forward with the Chariot. Alright, anything else, Spirit, for their career and finances? Honestly, I didn't see that many. I know there was Pentacles, but they were all about loss. So really, man, Virgo, for next week, you're going to feel a little loss. You're really going to have a hard time. Maybe watch your spending. And your truth. That's all I can say. Go to Spirit ahead of time before those towers hit, before the things get taken away. And watch your growth. Be thankful, grateful for those that assist you with what you're working on. Spirit, do you have anything else for the Virgos regarding career and finance? Anything else you want to add to this reading, Spirit, for the career and finance? Anything else you want to add to the career and finance, Spirit? Anything else to add to the career and finance? Okay. 8 of Swords, feeling stabbed from all directions, but you're blindfolded, so you don't know who's doing it. You feel like you're being stabbed in the back, but you're not sure where they're coming from because you're blindfolded, but you're the one keeping your blindfold on. If you took your blindfold off, you would see that the Page of Wands is here to make an offer with this communication. Page of Wands going to be a little bit immature energy, but really should be in its truth for this communication. It's regarding your abundance and your harvest time. An elderly woman is trying to speak to you from beyond. Perhaps this is your mother or a sister or relative teaching you or has something to say about the harvest, back the things you need to grow, the things you about your harvest, something to do with your harvest. Okay. So we're going to read the love story here. Relationships. This doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship in the sense of love. It could be a friendship if it doesn't resonate with you as far as love goes. Maybe it's someone you just met, someone, it could be someone from a past life. Could be someone coming in. We'll see as we pull this apart, but it is for next week. Okay, so these are things that are going to happen next week, Monday to Sunday. So first up, we have broken heart. You feel like you've had a broken heart with 3 swords put through it. Why? Well, 3-party situation. And you have been studying the science behind a journey, a spiritual journey at that. You feel the heat, you feel the flame, you're watching the light. You know that one of these swords may be giving you broken heart, but it is the true flame. It's the one you have passion for, the one that lights it the way for you. And that it's a divine connection. You want to bring them out of the cold, or they want to bring you out of the cold. From the karmic is there biting, wants to see someone hurt. The door is locked. The karmic does not want you there. They're locking the door, making you feel trapped and out in the cold. Your divine counterpart wants to bring you out of the cold. Spirit's going to bring a tower in because somebody's been stubborn. Someone hasn't left that situation. It hasn't healed that broken heart and given the forgiveness that needs to be had. So they're shaking things down to the basis because you were on a faulty foundation. The foundation was on a hill. It was ready to tip over anyway, so the spirit come in, shook things up, threw you from the tower to the ground with the others that were trying to bring you down. Someone is here trying to hurt you, even though you're down on your luck, down on your knees, and someone else is still there stabbing at you, trying to hurt you while you're in your lowest point. I'd say that's like a snake in the grass, maybe. Somebody, you know, that's trying to like really make sure you stay down. Not sure who that would be for. But you're manifesting. Someone is manifesting here. They're manifesting with the tools that Divine has given them to manifest with. Why? Because they have opened their heart. They started studying the science behind the journey. They are in tune to their highest self, their divine. Here, this is coming after the tower. As you can see, the wreckage. Not only is the tower here, but behind him, you can see the wreckage that the tower has left behind him. It wasn't a sturdy foundation, so it broke off on the corners, 3 corners. Three is a divine, 3-party situation. Oh, yep. 3 corners representing the 3-party situation. Spirit says, because some were snakes in the grass, some were snakes down here on the ground crawling around at your feet, and you're not paying that any attention. You're just enjoying your manifestation, but they're still there. You need to be aware. Ten of Wands. You want to move forward. You've got a broken wheel back there on the wagon. Your partner is there staying with the cart, but you've moved on. You've walked away from them. You're putting down things that no longer serve you, or trying to move on carrying the burdens. Which is it? Ten of Wands is an ending. So you're carrying these to put them down. The Ten of Wands, you should be putting down the burdens because it's an ending. But you're still trying to carry those burdens with you, Spirit says. You need to put them down, surrender them to the divine. You have lost some love. You've spilt some cups over here. There's 3 on the ground and 2 in your hand. There's been many emotions, many tears cried. You want to be in this calm water. You want the stillness of that water. But you're shedding tears for those that are the cups that are lost, the blood that was spilt. You understand the science in your higher self, listening to your higher self. And you're trying to focus on your listen to your intuition. And so you're holding up these 2 cups almost as if you're trying to manifest them, to fill them with manifestation, to fill them with love out of nothing, you're trying to manifest this. So that you have 1 cup to love, to give, to offer of emotions. You don't want the fish in the cup, you want the two blooms. This 1 cup is for the 2 of you, the blooms, You want to bloom together with your emotions overflowing this cup of love. Sorry, that was too soon. I should have read this other cup first. The cup was last. Okay, so this is the moon cup card, rather. So after you're trying to manifest these, but there's things in the shadows, the things that are hidden, perhaps not truths. You have to surrender the truths. There are still tears being shed in the moon at night. Thank you, Spirit. At night in the moonlight. You cry to the Spirit. You're crying out for guidance. You're crying out, but you don't understand that the science of the journey is right before you. The path is right in front of you. And yet you sit and you cry in the moonlight. And the towers are here and they're ready to crumble. The towers are coming down. So that you have an opening, so you can see that you have manifested this cup of love. And it is here in front of you. Alright, let's clarify the 3 swords. Clarify the 3 swords. Spirit, clarify 3 swords for Virgo Bear. This is for the heart, broken heart. The King of Wands. King of Wands sits on his throne with the lion and the lioness. Yeah, lioness. Birds are around him. He has his cup of love being lit. Just sitting there waiting for his love. You also have the King of Swords. So, sitting there with your sword ready to cut things out of your life that are no longer needed. Your divine counterpart sits there beside you. But the sword is not up. The sword is not in truth. So perhaps this broken heart is more about the lack of truth. But you do have the Queen of Swords here as well. Queen of Swords here, and her sword is also down. It's also sitting just kind of relaxed. Like, who's going to draw first? You or me? It's like a Spartan. They mirror each other, literally. Like, look at these. You have a divine pair, but both going to be sharp tongue right now regarding this broken heart. They both want 6 of Cups, equal give and take. They want the same things. They want to nurture the same things. They both want... Oops, I picked up... My bad, hang on. I took your cup of love. Alright, let's look at this out in the cold card. 5 of Pentacles, Spirit. Clarify 5 of Pentacles. What's the 5 of Pentacles about? Thank you. Swords coming in, the Sun card, Knight of Cups. Wow, cool. Okay, so you have 2 of Pentacles trying to juggle, make a decision. You have 2 ships coming in. Which one will you take? Which one will you choose? You have 2 Pentacles. You keep juggling as if they don't. As if you can't decide. Seriously, the ships are exactly the same. The Pentacles are the same. But you can't decide, so you juggle. But clearly on the pentacle in the ship, there's one that is more divine, or from the divine. You can see like an orb around one of the pentacles, and you can see light around one of the ships. So you should be able to see that this one is glowing with an orb and a light. But The Knight of Swords is going to move in very fast with his sword upright in truth. That's a good thing. The Knight of Cups wants to offer a cup of love, but does he really have a cup of love to offer? Because if you look at the cup, it's like halfway tipped over, like almost, like real lax, like it's not very proud of that cup. It's not like, look what I'm going to conquer, I've got a cup of love. But you are going to get the Sun, which is the happiest card in the deck. Okay, let's look at the Tower, shall we? Okay, Virgos. Whoa! Spirit's like, here, look at it. Look at all of it. Not like that, Spirit. Okay, Tower. Let's clarify that Tower for the Virgos. Okay, 8 of Swords on the table. Okay, that one's rolled upside down. Two of Wands, trying to make that decision, being stuck making that decision. So Tower is here to help you make that decision, to shake you up, to make you have that death. Jesus. Regarding the 3-party situation. There's a news flash. Right? Because she was juggling. The other one was juggling the 2 coins. Oh, which one do I look at? The one that looks like a seductress, or a child, or the one that looks like an empress, a high priestess. If you look at these 3 women, all 3 look different. One's seductive looking, one's like a child, and the middle one looks more like an empress. Okay, not to be judgmental, just reading the cards. What's ironic is when you look at these cards from one reading to the next, they look different. When Spirit shows you the meaning of the card, it's like they highlight certain aspects. Page of Cups. So the Tower is coming in with regarding these 3 women. But one is going to have a cup of love. Somebody's going to get that cup of love. Okay. Who's getting the cup of love? Who's getting the cup of love? No? Can't decide? Okay. That sucks. So, still... Oh, there's 2 there, sorry. So somebody puts themselves in the hangman position because they couldn't decide. So they thought, well, we'll just hang out and see what happens. Maybe it'll just, one of them will magically, something will happen. I won't have to act. I'll just let it happen. Because I feel like, meanwhile, they're stabbing them in the back because they're keeping them in that 3-party situation. So they're stabbing the women in the back. So Spirit's going to come in and give another Tower. Because that's not a divine way of being. For a divine masculine, for someone that's supposed to be looking to Spirit, that's had a Phoenix Rising moment. Maybe that Tower is part of your Phoenix Rising. But you're manifesting. You're manifesting the decision. You're manifesting which one to choose. Just look down at the snakes at your feet. Ask Spirit for guidance. Clarify the Magician, please. Clarify the Magician. This Magician can also come out sometimes as a trickster because they're trying to manipulate people's mindsets with trickery. So this could be that because you got 2 Towers here. Okay, so the Tower is going to come in and show you exactly who your Queen of Wands is. Who's the Queen of Communication? Who's the Queen of the Sunshine? Who's the Star? Who do you want to give that cup of love to? Who is the lover? Temperance is balancing things out, balancing out your emotions, balancing out the way you're thinking, giving you a new perspective. The Wheel of Fortune wants to turn in your favor. So somebody's going to take that leap of faith. This Fool card is a 0. It's not an ending, it's not a beginning, it's in between, because you're taking a leap of faith into the unknown. Oh, those were for the Magician, sorry. They go there. Okay, let's look at these 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands, putting the burdens down, putting down those choices, the ones that no longer serve, and the, you know, the ones that are just sending them sexy messages, or trying to tease them, trying to get them in trouble at work, trying to cause issues with the relationships they have. Clarify this 10 of Wands. Clarify this 10 of Wands. Putting down the burdens that no longer serve him. Putting down the burdens that no longer serve him. And when I say he, it could always be a she. It doesn't have to be the guy that's having the three-party situation. It could most certainly be the feminine. You know your situation. So, 5 of Swords. Somebody is putting, one of them is putting down their boundaries. Somebody has stuck the 4 of Swords into the ground, holding her other one, ready to cut the, be sharp with her tongue, basically, or cut off his head. The other 2 are walking away because they see her in her power, because she has the strength to set those boundaries. And the Knight of Pentacles will come in and make the offer of a pentacle. But it's a very immature... Oh, I was going to say it's an immature... Oh, yeah, that's a bird's wing. It looks like a child, so he's very immature in his efforts. Obviously, because he couldn't make a decision over here. And we also have this immature one up here. Okay. That's why it's taken him so long. Maybe he wasn't taught how to have a relationship as a child. Alright, so 5 of Cups. Not that I'm making excuses for someone. 5 of Cups, Spirit. Clarify the 5 of Cups, please. Clarify the 5 of Cups. Thank you. Thank you. With 9 of Wands. 5 of Cups was keeping someone trapped. The gate closed and she was going to walk away. Who's they? The Lovers. She was walking away from the cups that were there, taking what she has, which is a musical instrument, walking towards those calm waters, walking towards the star, to the light, to fill her own cups. Who is she? She's the lover, the chosen one. On the bottom, with that said, you have 10 of Cups by the Hierophant. And devil energy is in reverse, meaning he had to get rid of the devil energy, his sexual addictions of multiple people serving his emotional needs. Okay, let's clarify the Moon card. Clarify the Moon card, Spirit. Clarify the Moon card. Why is the Moon card here, Spirit? Why is the Moon card here? We have the 10 of Cups, we have the Hierophant and the High Priestess, I think. We have the Cup of Love, but what's the Moon for? He's crying. He just has to follow the path before him that is lit with the moonlight. The Crab has the synchronicity of the symbol on his back that is leading him down the path, and he refuses to see. Instead, he's crying to the moon. But justice will come in, put an end to the 9 of Swords, putting an end to the sleepless nights. Putting an end to the King of Pentacles, evidently, because he's not the king. He's still in an immature energy. Hang on. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Nope. So the Divine set. Thank you, Spirit. Putting an end to the 9 of Swords energy, those sleepless nights, because they have a divine pair. He's chosen the divine. He knows he has been shown by the Spirit who is the divine partner. Spirit has given him the strength to move forward, to come out of the cold with the 5 of Cups in reverse, and be that King of Cups, nurturing himself first, but also nurturing her. And we have this beautiful Ace of Cups on the table. Spirit, what's this Ace of Cups for? I mean, we know what it's for, but who's getting it? The Queen of Cups, of course. The High Priestess. Who's getting the Queen of the Ace of Cups? Who's getting the Ace of Cups? That's the Ace of Cups. Clarify Ace of Cups. How's that? Clarify. I'm not getting much. Clarify Ace of Cups. Clarify Ace of Cups. I had two pop out. Ace of Cups. Clarified by the Ace of Cups. Didn't I have two pop out? Yeah, that's weird. This tower, this one landed directly on it to the point that I couldn't tell that it was for this, but it's not. I think the Spirit's saying no, it went on top of this tower. So it was, the tower just told them to make the decision of those three choices he had. That closes out that conversation, right? Someone chose which one they wanted, which girl, which man, which person. Of the three-person situation, you see she's holding one of three wands now. That's what that tower caused, was the decision-making to get to this point. And the Ace of Cups was clarified by the Ace of Cups. Alright, I think that's pretty good. Let's get your message from spirits. What advice do you have for them, Spirit? What advice do you have for them? The Virgos in next week that's going to be battling this situation. Thunder Drum. Freedom Horse. Be free like the Mustang. Feel the wind in your hair. Run wild, but not with three-party persons, okay? Sing spirit to the spirit. Use your drum, thunder drum. Dance to the beat of your own drum. Storyteller. Storyteller is like, look at these two flames. See them? So this is the twin flame in one body, or in one soul. Thank you, Spirit. Illuminating the sky, healing the ground beneath. Storyteller. Sit by the fireplace, fire pit. Sit by the fire pit and tell stories of ancient ones, of the twin flames. Thank you, Spirit. How cool is that? Weird, but okay. And Warrior Woman, have you answered your deepest calling? And her sword is up. She's in her truth. She's glowing. Alright. So that is what we have for you, Virgo Bear. If you want a personal reading, something to be more specific to your situation, email me at sacredspiritualhealer@gmail.com. If you need any work for inner child healing, for heartbreak issues that you want help healing, then email me as well. All right? Thank you for stopping by. Namaste.